Hello everybody, Elite Drillman here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this amazing episode 19 part 2. Guys, this episode was crazy, it was insane, and it had a lot of secrets for us, and it finally brought it into the horror clowns. And guys, if you like the Titan duo, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, do all the good stuff. And before we get in, I want to say thank you so much for getting us past 10 subscribers. Our next goal will be to get to 20, and let's try to get up to 500,000 so we can get to my face reveal. Anyways, let's get into the video. We first start off by seeing the Titan Speaker Man being thrown to the ground very brutally, and we can see how he's looking up very skillfully and angered because he was just thrown by the clown Pennywise toilet. We can tell that Pennywise is very strong for doing this because it was a whole Titan this time. As Pennywise is chasing, he uses his core to deflect Pennywise away from him. This in turn leads to the dramatic transformation of the scientist toilet being hit by the Titan Cameraman. He uses the acid cannon on the Titan, as we can see right here. The man has more acid cannons than the original one in the series. God damn. But as this happens, he uses his new shield that is actually a little more different from the one in the show. This one is actually dome-shaped, and it's a little different energy-based. Either way, it's still his shield, and it's pretty damn amazing that he can have this sort of shield. As he's attacking, as TMS or TSM is attacking Pennywise, he uses his toy hammer to attack the Titan Speaker Man, and in turn he ends up knocking off one of his right speakers. As this happens, we can see leaked scenes that we got on Dom Studios Discord just a little earlier. And guys, I'm sorry for sounding a little hoarse. I am a little sick, but just try not to focus too much on that. I'm sorry about that, guys. Just figured I should tell you. But like I was saying, we have the leak that we saw from Dom Studios Discord, where both of them are pinned, and this little thing here is Titan Speaker Man's speaker, as we can clearly see. But as this is happening, they both back up to each other, and they're both being cornered by the two Titan toilets. The scientist is smiling, and Titan Cameraman does some sort of sign language to the Titan Speaker Man, saying him to attack, and we finally see his long-awaited axe being in use, as the Titan Speaker Man uses his axe that looks like it's from the Avengers, and goddamn, this man's axe is so powerful that it slices through virtually anything. It slices right through his cannons, that's for sure. And we can see the scientist is like, interesting, as he's a little shocked that he was able to do this. As this is happening, we see the Titan Cameraman absolutely obliterating the clown toilet. As this is happening, we can see that he uses his new can gun, and goddamn, this thing is the most powerful thing of a weapon in the Skibidi Multiverse, because if you look at the width of that blow, that must have been at least twice, if not three times as big as Titan Cameraman, and that must have mean that it was such a big an explosion. Now, if this hit Pennywise, this definitely would have ended him instantly. But my man, Titan Cameraman, had a more brutal way to do this to him. After this happens, we can see that the bow is actually hiding a core. And as we see him using his cannon, like I said, it was big. But as Pennywise uses his core, like I said, we can see the Titan Cameraman using his shield to protect him, and he uses his brand new guns that he uses and shoots Pennywise down to the ground, along with the scientist, as Titan Speaker Man is already fighting him there. But as the two toilets fall on each other, they get right back up, and it begins to turn into a massive fight. We can see the scientist Skibidi toilet facing off with Titan Cameraman, and then we can see that the Pennywise toilet has been shot by the Titan cameraman. But as this happens, the scientist takes advantage and steals his hammer. He attempts to use his time cannon against Titan cameraman, but we already know that this is not useful because the Titans already have watches that make them invincible to the time gun. As this happens, Titan Speakerman bends this dang thing and chops it right off, and we see how he burns the scientist's head like how it was in the original one. Then we see how Pennywise is somehow still alive, even though he does no longer have a head. But we're about to learn that he does not. That he does still have a head, and it's about to come back more powerful and more uglier. He regrows his new head, and just like in the movies, it's more horrifying than his last. And he goes to attack Titan Cameraman, but as this happens, he still is losing. But then he's like, "Here, have my axe," because he has the hammer. So he's using it, and Titan Speakerman's using his hammer. But just like in Avengers Endgame, they're like, "Hey, you take the little one, I take the big one." And that's kind of how it was. But as this happens, we can clearly see that the Pennywise toilet uses sound to annoy the Titan cameraman, and then we see how he uses the fake bang gun on Titan cameraman, and this distracts him, letting his guard down. But this was his biggest mistake, letting his guard down, because then he shoots acid on his camera lens, and he takes it off, and of course, this is his weak fall, or so we think. This is actually where somehow this mother effer takes out a freaking TV from his mouth and starts to hypnotize the Titan cameraman. As it happens, he drops his hammer and he goes into berserk mode. We can physically see the moment when his lens goes from blue to red, and you can see the shock on Pennywise's face as he goes all out on this mother effer with his brand new sword. And as he does, he's like, "You're mine, little man." And instead of just, finishing off with the sword, yeah, Titan Cameraman does it in a more interesting way. He flies this mother effer up into the sky like a berserker like he is right now, and he gathers all of the energy from his core and his body, and he obliterates this Skibidi toilet Pennywise. And as this happens, we can physically see space bending like around him from how big of energy this is. And my bro has a still face while doing it, saying as if, "You play with me, you play with death." As this happens, we can already see the skull of dead Pennywise, bringing an official end to the ugly, stupid clowns. As that happens, we can see how Titan Speakerman is still battling the Titan scientist toilet, as it looks like the scientist is winning. He's about to shoot, and then the Titan Speakerman says "adios" as there's an axe in his head. He uses this beam, and boom! From the amount of this explosion, you can tell that this would have instantly killed anybody, no matter who you are in this universe. Even the scientist who has the strongest materials and the strongest metals on him, even he couldn't barely survive that. As he runs away, we see how the Titan Speakerman tries to get him with his chain hooks, but it was unsuccessful. After this happens, we see something scary. We see a bunch of black dots, and then we see what these truly are. It was a bunch of clown bomber Skibidi toilets. This was a sad sight because we totally thought that our brave Titans were about to die. But after this, we can see their ugly faces and the acid cannons. As this happens, we see something amazing. Those two white cannons that I thought were some sort of gun or laser beam, I was incorrect apparently. He's like, "Bro, help me," as he needs to get the other one off his shoulder. As he does, he puts it into this cannon, which I thought the swords came out of, and they still might, but then, out of nowhere, a giant fourth dome of energy appears around them, and my god, this bomb, if it had been successful, would have destroyed the Titans. And I want you to just take a good, quick look at this explosion. This explosion, this pit, this definitely would have killed the Titans. The Titans are already at least as big as Big Ben, and if this is correct, those Titans, if they're as big as Big Ben, like they say they are, that means that easily 4, if not 5 Titans could be standing in that pit and like standing up on each other, and that's how big of a damage that this would have done. This would have surely ended the Titans if it weren't for the Giga Chad cameraman. But as this does happen, we can see how they're okay, and they look at each other like, everything's alright, bro. Alright? We survived, thankfully. Then they get all geared up because they hear someone, and then we see this dude again. This is who we thought was the pen cameraman, but no, it was just his pen skills that we thought made him the penman. Now, even though Dom Studios already has a name for this character, I don't want to use it. I'm going to call him Polaroid Cameraman, because that's kind of what he looks like to me. Also, he's really fancy, and Polaroids are really fancy, so that is what I'm going to be calling him from now on. Meet Polaroid Cameraman, you guys. As he looks and he waves at this, and then that is it, guys. Guys, if you liked my video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, join the Discord if you want, and clap that like button like I clap Elite Drill Woman. And guys, if you also like Elite Drill Woman, make sure to join the Elite Drill Men team so we can get her back. Guys, thank you so much for all the support and love you have shown me. Thank you so much for 10 subscribers, and try to get Dom Studios' attention so that way I can get added back into the so that way I can get added into the show. Please, Dom Studios, it's not that hard. 1 frame is all I need. And guys, like I said, do all the good stuff. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'm sorry I am sick. I've been gone on vacation for way too long. I know, it was a little bit of a holdback, and I'm sorry about that, you guys. But I'm back, and I'm making my videos again. So thank you all very much for your support and love. And I love Elite Drill Woman like I love all you guys. Bye. Elite Drill Man out.